everyone, welcome to my weekly messages, and we are recording. I am Jelaila Star. As you can see, we're not back in the office again today. I decided I kind of like switching things up, and I'm going to go maybe take this out to the park next time. I don't know. I think I'm ready for something besides just sitting in my little office and with my little background. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about something that came up in the comments and the feedback that I received from last week's message about when missions change. And this one is about passion, about when the passion fades. And it's a big problem for people who have a mission, because without that passion, passion is the energy that draws everything to you that you need for your mission. Yes, the guides are going to open doors and they're going to provide opportunities, but you've got to draw it in, and your excitement, your passion, and your enthusiasm draws it in. It's like, you remember when you first started your mission and how excited you were. I mean, I remember it was like, those are such heady days. Every day was fantastic, and every day I'm looking for signs of, like, I'm Hansel and Gretel looking for the crumbs. And there was nothing I wouldn't do, no obstacle I wouldn't just blow right through, because I was so committed. I was so excited. I was so enthusiastic about, I found my purpose. I know what I'm here to do now, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to fulfill my destiny for humanity. Those were great days. But passion does fade. And after doing this now for almost 20 years, when the passion fades, the money goes with it. When the passion fades, the opportunities go with it. It's like everything just flatlines. And you stay in that flatlines position for a while. You get real uncomfortable, and all of a sudden the bills come due and you can't pay them. What do? That's why passion's so important. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of people out there right now. They've been on the path for a while, and their passion has faded, and they're scared because they're having a hard time getting it back, and they're wondering if it will come back. Well, here's what I've learned. So I'm just going to share a few things with you. Maybe this will help give you some peace of mind. There are different things that can cause passion to fade rather quickly. And in some cases, it takes a while. So let's talk about the rather quick one. The one thing that I found in counseling with a lot of people who are doing their missions is that when they hit a wall and they can't seem to scale that wall, it's like no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, they can't get anything to work. The passion is gone really quick. But what I found is that it's usually a shift in perspective, a belief system that needs to change, or a belief that needs to change. And their guides have led them to that wall to finally get them to realize that the way they're trying to do it is based on a belief that doesn't work. And from the perspective of a mission, it is a belief that has come forward into this lifetime that caused a problem on their homeworld, and that's why they need to change it now. So you can't change what you don't know about, so you have to recreate it. So once they figure out what that is and they change that belief, everything shifts rather quickly. The analogy I give people, it's like being an actor in a play, and the stage hands, you finished with the scene, the stage hands come in, they take away all the props, and whatever that scene was about, the drama goes with it. And then before you know it, something new comes along. It is just amazing. I've seen it happen over and over. It is jaw-dropping how fast it happens. So in that case, of course, your passion comes back, because you've cleared that hurdle and everything's going well, and you've had a little windfall of money, and you're able to keep going. Okay, so that's number one. That's a shift in perspective. Number two is a little bit harder. It's when a phase of a mission or a big assignment ends, and there's a lull. We talked about the lull last week, the lull between the old one and the new one. If it is going to be a long lull, usually it'll be signal, there'll be a sign of it about to happen, because you'll see things start to slow down in your work. Money starts slowing down. Opportunities don't come in as quickly. It's like everything seems to be coming to a standstill. But that's okay. But going back to the analogy of a play, you've completed an entire scene or series of scenes, and it's time to basically move everything out and go in a whole new direction. So those can take a while, and it's that lull period where we become really uncomfortable because money is tight during that time. Um, it stresses us, it brings up more things for us to work on, and actually those things that are being brought up are in preparation for the new phase. So for example, when I went through the shift from my second to third phase, because I'm in my third phase, no, from my first to second phase, after I wrote book one, and I'd done all the template work and everything, and that phase ended in the late 2006. It wasn't until almost 2008 before I really began to figure out what I was going to do next. So that lull lasted a while, but during that time, though, that was a little bit different because I wrote the second book, and Jonathan and I went in different directions for mutual healing because it'd been rough, and I mean, I bought a house, I moved, I got my daughter back, so a lot of that was a long lull, but it was important for me personally because I had a lot of things to accomplish during that time before the next phase took off. So anyway, so your phases usually won't be that long. Okay, so those are the two things that I found. And so the fact that the passion fades at the end of a phase, that is normal, and it will come back. But here's the other thing that people worry about is that when it comes back, it's not the same. Well, that's true, because like in a marriage, you have that flush of excitement and love at the beginning and the honeymoon phase, and then, you kind of settle in. You've had a few disappointments, few, things that you find are not so perfect. But you settle in if you give it time to looking at the value of it, and your commitment deepens, and that passion's still the same, but it's more peaceful. It's a peaceful passion, if that makes sense. You're just committed. You're in it for a long haul, and and the good will continue to outweigh the bad. So, in closing, I guess you could say that when the passion fades, it's not going to fade permanently for a mission, because a mission is usually for the long haul. It's just going to go through ups and downs. So just hang in there, hang loose, and know that, if it fades, it'll come back. And sometimes you just got to have a shift in perspective or just give it some time. So that's it for today. Have a great week, and happy 4th of July to all of you in the United States, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
No